Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the ADL All-Stars coach interviews. And today we have a very special coach with us today. We have Shronkeykong, or Shronky for short. Some have called him the Shronk in other corners of the community. I won't say where. Shronky, how are you doing?
Good. I'm glad I'm special.
You are special. You're very special. Shronky, so we have you on here today because we want to talk all about you. This is your time to shine. I want to hear all about the world of Shronky Kong in ADL All Stars. So, firstly, let's go a little bit into your team here. Now, I don't honestly. It's been so long since the live draft. I don't know how different it looks compared to now. So go ahead and go a little bit into what you had initially, what you changed, how have those changes felt, how your team is feeling, what pieces you like the most, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta clear the air and talk a little bit about the whole draft process.
Sure.
Because I did prep this draft with T-Ball, and when I saw his interview, he didn't tell the full story. So
Okay.
let me set the scene here. It's like 2 a.m. for me the morning before the draft, or like the morning of the draft technically. I have not prepped anything. T-Ball's on vacation. He has not prepped anything either. So the two of us, we hop in a call with Gentle, who is our other prep partner. I know T-Ball brought him up in his
Yeah.
interview. I'm sure everybody here knows Gentle as well. Um, but anyway, so we go through, we prep everything, and then we hop in the draft call the next day. And like as I'm going through the rounds, I was kind of like drafting for value in the first few rounds. So like as I'm going through, we get to like round 5 or 6. I'm looking at the mons I have. I'm looking at the points I have left, and the math is not mathing. And about that time, I go into like our chat, and I see T-Ball sent something to the effect of, "Guys, it's not 110 points, it's 130." So
Oh,
I
yeah.
got through like half of the draft, and I thought I had 20 less points than I did. So I was kind of working on the fly there. Um, but I still ended up with a lot of the stuff I wanted to get. It was just the last rounds kind of stunk because I had a lot of points left over and there weren't any good mons left, or like any of like the high point mons. I think the only one left was Torkoal, and that doesn't seem like a good fit on a rain team for
No.
whatever reason. I
No.
don't know why. Um, but yeah, fortunately, like I knew Raz wasn't too happy with his team. I knew like Archaladon didn't fit very well on it, and it's like not a fantastic fit on my team either. But I had the points for it, so I just kind of camped in the like trade channel after the draft. And fortunately, like 30 minutes afterwards, he dropped it. I'm like, all right, let me grab that. But I like my team overall. It's been a lot more successful than I thought it would be. Um, I definitely reached for some picks like Ariados. That one is he's done nothing for me this season. I took that in round 5.
It'll get there, though.
Um, yeah,
Eventually.
eventually, maybe it'll come one of these weeks. Uh, but yeah, Palafin also probably a reach. Like I probably should have just taken like Floette Mega round 1 or like something broken Mega Metagross. But Palafin's been good. Has been in a couple of really good matchups recently. I don't know how well it fits with my style because I like to have super well defined lines on my lead, and Palafin kind of like makes that difficult because wants to come on lead and then switch out. So it sometimes kind of will screw that up. Arch, like I said, this team is not the best at supporting Arch. It's not bad either. Like I still have Klefki. I still have a slightly cope beat up mode with Crocodile. And like it doesn't like the 2 weeks I've actually, or I guess I've only brought it to one like actual game, and it wasn't with rain, so it's functioned well without rain. It's come to team preview a lot. I think the team preview pressure is really real. The prep pressure is really real. Klefki is a mon I like. I like to have Prankster on my teams. I won season 2 with Klefki.
Sure
The
did.
screen support have been, yeah. It's been nice for stuff like Snorlax and Rotom Heat, as well as like the other Prankster T-Wave stuff it can do. Snorlax, this is my first time using Snorlax, and it's been incredible. Like I don't want to say like it solves every Trick Room matchup I have, but I've brought it into 2 Trick Room matchups, and it's been very good into both of them. It's just like, sits on the field and you can't remove it. Um, other than that, like, I did plan to take Metacham Mega. I had to get off of my draft plan there towards the end because I had so many points left over, but it has also been a really fun mon to use. I also don't think it's amazing with the team because it kind of gets forced into support role by virtue of me not having any other fake out users, and my Tailwind user is my other Mega, so it can't really like just operate under Tailwind and start clicking close combat into things, which 100 speed isn't bad, but there's still certainly things that outspeed it. Aerodactyl Mega, also not in the draft plan, but I had points, and it fits
He's
the
the
best
GOAT,
out of the
though?
remaining Megas. He is the GOAT.
Yeah.
And then Rotom Heat has low-key like been my best mon. It was not in the draft plan either. There's been so many matchups where it's just I look at the match and I'm like, holy cow, this guy doesn't have anything to hit Rotom Heat. And then Crocodile and Meowscarada have done like what I expected them to do. Like, Crocodile's decent value for Intimidate. Meowscarada has been good enough as like a grass type, and especially because my team kind of struggles with Intimidate, having Flower Trick as a way to just ignore that is pretty nice.
Very true. I mean, I get that, and I agree. Metacham Mega kind of looks a little weird on your team here, but at least what I've seen from it, honestly, more specifically, it's been very good. Honestly, I've seen it come and done some very, very impressive stuff for you.
I think the game that I watched specifically, actually, I don't think Mega Metacham did anything there. My bad.
Versus Mario, it did a lot. It got Mega
really?
MVP.
I remember. It actually won you the last game of the set. I remember.
Yeah, that match I kind of got bailed out game 2. Like, I did not play well game 2 at all.
Nah.
Like the misclick on Snorlax, like that stuff kind of happens, but I don't know. I was very nervous going to that game. I don't know if it's because it was on stream or what it was. So I was like the most nervous I've been for a draft match. Maybe
I get that, but at the end of the day, you realize your win condition. We all saw it. You just had to play into it. You did, and you won. Yeah. I think you won, right?
Yeah, I did win. Yep. Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
appreciate that.
Misclicks happen. I'm the king of those motherfuckers. God damn it.
Oh my!
I won't even lie.
I've had some in my time. Toby, you still remember when I had that controller with the drift?
Yeah, and it would auto select some moves on you every once in a while. That was pretty cool. I liked watching that. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, the team maybe looks a little weird on paper, but it has been working for you. I mean, you're 4-1 now, aren't you?
I'm 5-1 now.
5-1 now.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's been great.
The conventional teams mean, as somebody who's seen all the draft, like just the weirdest mishmashes of garbage,
slop.
Quite frankly, he makes it work, man. All that matters is the player, bro. That's all that matters.
It kind of feels like, I know obviously kind of leans like towards having that rainbow, but it feels like a jack of all trades, master of none team, which sometimes is good, sometimes is bad, but it's given me a lot of flexibility to do different things and to bring different mons. Like, I don't think I've had so many different mons that have like been the best mon every week, and like I don't think I have anything over 10 kills right now, despite sitting at 5-1. So it's
okay.
It's very flexible. Is what I'll say about it.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of that 5-1 record, you obviously were the champion of Season 2 of ADL, which got you the auto invite into the All-Star season. Basically, you're here with a bunch of other champions who have made it to the point where they've won the league, or they have done so well in a combination of all their past seasons that they were kind of voted in to be other contestants, and you are at the top of the standings, quite frankly, at the moment, going into the mid-season and into the second half. So 5-1 is incredible, and like you said, this team feels weird, but it's clearly working for you. And I kind of want to know, how are you feeling going into the second half of the season, being this well off? I mean, 5 wins pretty well locks you for playoffs at this point. So how are you feeling being, I guess, at the top of the top right now?
I'm feeling pretty good. I definitely did not expect that going into the season or after the first 2 weeks. I've had a couple of like really, really good matchups, at least I think it was like week 3, 4, and 5. I thought my matchup was really good, which is kind of the sign of a team that's working well, I think. I've had some other like really, really rough matchups. Like my week 2 felt pretty difficult. Last week felt pretty difficult. I did get the win though, which was nice. But yeah, like I said, this is being on top of the standings, or I'll probably be, I don't know. I know T-Ball is supposed to play this week, and I think Flame does too, so there's a chance that I could fall below them, but getting up this high is pretty unexpected, and I'm pretty happy to be where I am. Definitely takes a lot of pressure off for the second half of the season here. I guess the final few weeks now. I think there's 3 weeks left.
Yeah. You can kind of just do whatever you want now and see what works and see what sticks, which is nice.
I do that sometimes, man. Just throw some stuff together. You don't got to put in too much heart.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Toxic, you got a question for him?
Yeah, I do, actually. You actually answered the question I was going to ask you during the first question. But now that we're here, you've already played out most of your season. What was the most difficult match you've played so far, and why?
Probably week 2 against Burst. Like that's the worst matchup I can remember playing in a while. Now Burst played really well, and I might have had a small chance to win game 2, but I threw it away. But yeah, that one kind of stands out as being a particularly rough one.
For sure. And Burst was a tough customer in the early season as well. He went 3-0 right away.
Yeah, he was cooking.
Anybody that you haven't fought yet that you're thinking is going to be especially difficult, either in the rest of the season or playoffs?
Mm-hmm. I mean, every week is difficult. This is champions, so
true.
But I would say that
stand out from the others?
Yeah, I would say that Flame stands out from the others. He's a very consistent player. I don't play with you guys as much as like you guys. I think have a group that plays almost like every league together. And I'm not like as much in that group, but it feels like every single time I do play a league, Flames like in finals or semifinals. And I haven't looked at the matchup a lot yet, but he has a really strong team and a couple of really big threats. So I say that's the one that makes me most nervous down the stretch here.
Oh, for sure. And he is a thorn in my side, especially with that. Mm-hmm. He is my bracket demon.
I don't think I've actually played against him that much. I think I haven't actually won against him.
Yeah, he's a very strong player.
He's a pretty good player, man.
Very, 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 very good player. And unfortunately, he knows it. But anyway, Toxic, do you have another question at all?
Yes, I do, actually. It's not like super related to your current... You said what?
You're prepared today. I'm impressed. Go on.
Well, I woke up. Regardless, what do you think makes a good draft team? Like, do you think like having every type, having really good defensive synergy, offensive synergy, cores, leads, like what do you think defines a good draft team? And what should people aspire to make when they draft?
Mm-hmm.
I should ask that more often.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd like to cover like type chart, obviously. Like I normally try to get the 2 elemental cores, and then like I try to have as many tools as possible. Like I try to always make sure I get fake out, redirection, trick room. The team I have right now doesn't have a great trick room mode, but it has decent anti-trick room stuff with Snorlax and I guess Ariados. But just like checking every box and building like a very fundamental draft, which I don't think mine is, like, but it has been working, so I guess I can't complain about it too much.
True enough. Then that's actually an interesting point I want to talk about as well, is you say tick every box. Like you want to go down and make sure your draft team has everything. We actually recently had Splash on, and he was very against the tick box mentality. He wants to draft just kind of what feels right, and whatever you think you can work with at the end of the day. And if it doesn't look good on paper, it doesn't matter as long as it looks good in your head. I kind of want to know, like, what do you think about that specifically?
Yeah, I think that's a totally fair method. I think what you want to do depends on who you are as a player. I just find it easier to structure my drafts around the tick box method and making sure that I get everything checked off.
Yeah, and that's fair. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with either one. I was just curious what the
Yeah.
preference was or what the thoughts were there. Cool.
Obviously, I do leave some room for flexibility, but like I said, it's just easier for me to build that way.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, Shronky, in the time that you've been a draft player, or even just a Pokemon player in general, which I'm sure at least as long as we've been doing it, which is the better part of 5 or 6 years. I'm not sure specifically how long you've done it for, but Pokemon's a pretty hard game, especially hard to do very consistently, especially like week to week in a draft match or round to round in a VGC tournament. And you, as somebody who has been able to achieve the all-star status or the potential all-star status to get to this point, you have to be pretty good and pretty consistent at it. And I guess I kind of want to know, like, to pick your brain a little bit, what would you tell any aspiring people who are looking to start in VGC or draft, and like, how would you help them progress farther and faster than you did? Like, what could you tell them?
Um, I guess I have two tips. One of them's a mentality thing. One of them's more of like a practical tip. The first one is kind of similar to what I've seen like T-Ball and a couple of other people say in their interviews. Just have fun. Like when I first started playing draft, I would, you know, take losses way too hard and get probably a little bit too big of a head after I'd win. Um, so like we're here to have fun. We're playing this game. We're not getting anything out of it. So just have fun, enjoy the company of the other people in the league. Um, if you lose, life goes on. Like the sun's still gonna come up tomorrow. Um, if you get hacks, if you lose a tough match, if your opponent's like trash talking and crashing out your DMs, it does not matter. Like it's I don't know.
You've had that experience recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about that.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, there's a lot. This is gonna sound very dumb, but there's a lot more to life than just draft. Like if you lose a match, it shouldn't ruin your day. Like life goes on. And then as far as like practical tips, I would say like don't just play like the mons on the field, play the matchup and play the player you're playing against. Like you guys in like the GLDL, ADL, TGR, that kind of sphere, you've been playing each other for a long time, so I would think most of you have a pretty good sense of like each other's play styles. But you can get a lot of information from like looking at your opponent's pace and like if there's VODs, watching their VODs, seeing like what sets they like to run, if they're like more confident in a certain mode or something along those lines. You can really gain a lot of information that way. I don't think it's something to like base your prep around, but it can definitely help you make decisions. And if you're in like a rough matchup, like it's gonna be difficult, take risk. Like that's when you can start going for some reads, or if there's like in team preview, if you know you can't cover everything, cover like what you think they're gonna bring, which is an obvious tip the way I said it,
right.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
That's actually a really interesting point, because personally, I've never been a fan of like looking at pace and stuff, or like even watching VODs per se. I hardly even watch my own, or at least back when I used to play a lot. But that's actually a really good point, considering that I've known most of these people for about 5 years. I really just don't pay attention to that kind of thing. But that's
Yeah.
really interesting. I like that.
Yeah, there's some people in this league that I think I still haven't played. Like when I played Boss this season, that was the first time I've ever played him that I can remember. I don't think I've ever played Ted, so there's still some learning that I need to do, and that can take a little bit more time out of your prep, but it can sometimes be worth it.
For sure. For sure.
All right.
Toxic, you got a question?
Um. Okay. This one. I'm trying to think about how I should phrase this one. What is your this is gonna sound weird. What is your favorite ability, like to use or to like draft or to play
Hmm.
around? Right.
Uh, Probably Prankster. I feel like Prankster. Um,
Mm,
like I said, I like to have well-defined leads. I like to have know what I'm gonna do regardless of what my opponent's gonna lead, regardless of what their turn one is. And I feel like Prankster mons give you a lot of options for that. Between like Thunderwave, screens for a lot of them, weather. I think it just enables you to cover more options, and there'll be times when your opponent obviously really wants to target down your Prankster mon. You can play around that too. It also kind
okay.
of forces certain things like fake out, especially when there's no covert cloak to get around that.
Yeah, especially
Or
if we're talking
Terraghost.
Prankster Tailwind, you can really
Yeah.
lose a game turn one when it comes to that, man.
Yep.
Absolutely. Um, Toxic, I'm gonna steal yours. So, Shrunky, like you mentioned earlier, there is way more to life than just draft leagues. Like, the world is constantly moving, constantly changing. Everybody's got their own shit going on. And a big question that we're trying to ask everybody is, what keeps bringing you back to draft? Because obviously there's so much more we could be doing with our time or getting invested in or handling or whatever, but why do you come back time and time again to make a new team, to win another league, or to prep for another match? What drives you?
I really, really like the prep process. Like that was kind of what, I back when I first started playing draft. I don't remember when that was. It's like back in 2020 or something. I saw like a draft league video on YouTube, and the whoever it was, I don't remember like what channel it was on. The YouTuber was breaking down his prep process, and I thought, wow, that sounds pretty cool. I'd like to do that. So I just like the process of prepping and like working through the, I guess, problem of your opponent's team and trying to cover all their options. I would also say the community is a pretty big part of it. Most of the draft leagues I play, like everybody's pretty chill. I mean, obviously, like sometimes there's difficult losses, people get hacks. Like I'm not gonna ever fault anybody for being upset, but the vast majority of people are not toxic, not toxic here, but like causing problems.
Right.
Most the yeah, the leagues are like, the staff are great. They're all very mature. So, and I know that's a thankless job. So thank you guys for doing that, and thank you for putting out all the extra content you have this season. I've really enjoyed it.
You're welcome. It is a process sometimes, admittedly,
Mhm.
Yeah.
um, but I like that answer because I don't even think I've actually heard that answer yet. Is the prep process? It's kind of like, I like it too. It's kind of like solving a puzzle, like in its
Yes.
own way. You put this problem in front of you, and you have so many pieces to solve it. And even in like a bad matchup, it's kind of cool to see how creative you can get to get around it. Um, it's like a nice mental workout from week to week, especially if you have a couple of leagues going on at the same time. It kind of keeps your brain focused on something,
Mhm.
which I like.
Yeah.
Um, Toxic, you got a question?
Um. Hmm. I'm actually starting to run out of steam
You were
here.
so locked in, Toxic. Come on.
I was so locked in. Oh my gosh. Oh. Ooh. Okay. So earlier you were talking about like, well, at least back when we first started, you were talking about teams and the mons that have been performing the best, the mons you've really been looking forward to draft. If you could draft a different team, what mons would you draft it around? Like, what were you really thinking about
Uh,
when you first started drafting?
like when I first started playing draft, or like for this draft in particular.
Well, like I meant for ADL
Okay.
specifically. My
ADL
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
and like
No.
champions as a whole. Like, what are you looking forward to doing? What
Yeah,
else would you want to play with?
like in
Oh.
the
Okay.
future.
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you mean. I haven't had a chance to ever try Floette, so I'd like to have the big boomstick at least once before kind of. I don't know if it'll get power crept out because it's a strong mon, but I'd like to try it out when it's the meta kind of feels like it revolves around it. Also, like Mega Metagross. I think that mon's really good, and I've never played it, so those would be the two that I would focus on. Um, I feel like I always do Rain, but I enjoy Rain, so maybe some different Rain variants with like Mega Swampert or something.
Sure, everybody's got their preference. Um,
Okay.
and I don't know. I like the potential in like regular flow at Eternal too. Like I have it right now. Even like the scarf ability on that thing, it's still kind of a mini
Yes.
boomstick, even in its own right.
Yeah, I had it in CPC, and the team was not built very well around it, but it was still fun to just click Scarf, Light of Ruin, and watch things get
And
done.
just watch things
Yeah.
disappear. Yeah.
You just killed everybody in your line of sight.
And Mega Metagross is a good answer too. I'm gonna have to try to draft that at some
I
point.
I really wanted to draft it uh for MFDL, but unfortunately, if for one it was taken before me, and two, all of the Tailwind is like in the top tier. So it's like if I'm not gonna Mega Metagross for Tailwind, then I might as well just draft something else, man.
Yeah,
Right.
Tailwind is really rough with the champs meta. It doesn't feel like there's
That's
enough
what I
Tailwind
learned
mods.
when I first started making a plan.
Yeah, I was happy Aerodactyl was left for me in this draft, so
Yeah.
it worked out.
And all of the Tailwind options are in like S or A tier, so you have to
Yeah.
get them almost immediately too, in pretty much
Yep.
any list.
Yeah, it was hard, man.
Shrunky, if you were to win this whole thing, and you're in a very good position already to qualify for playoffs, you might even with another win or two just lock a bye. What would it mean to you, or how would it feel to you to win not only obviously once to get into this, but twice to beat out every other champion who is, like you said, pretty well regarded as very highly skilled players? Like, what would that do for you mentally? How would you go forward with that? What would it mean to you?
I would certainly be very happy. I always kind of like talk down and think down on myself as a player, so I would feel like I'd kind of proved myself to not only everybody else but also myself. Yeah, and then being able to talk trash to people and holding that over their
Certainly.
heads.
Oh, I
I'm
like
not
that. I like
yeah,
that.
I'm not the best trash talker, but it'll certainly help in that aspect if I have like the 2 crowns and the all
You gotta come up with some already, man.
Yeah.
You're already in prime position.
Yeah,
Lock it.
I'll figure something out.
Yeah, that's my only thing that I've ever noticed about you, Shrunk, is you don't participate in the trash talk. That would be insane
Yeah.
to see more of it. I was expecting
There
you
was-
to clap back at somebody the other day.
Yeah, yeah. I remember the season I won ADL finals. I think that was season
Yeah.
2. Before the championship match, Gentle and T-Ball were kind of like, they came to me. They're kind of like instigating, like, oh, Wakeman's talking crazy. He's like, oh, he's so confident. So I go into the general chat and I'm like, Wakeman, I heard you talking shit. And it didn't come off as like me joking around with him. Like several people came into the chat and like, what? So I just, I don't know if it's because like I personally never trash talk, if they just thought I was being serious, or if I didn't, word the message in a way that seemed like more playful rather than I was actually mad. But yeah, I was kind of trying to, talk trash and didn't work out for me. It still lives rent free in my head. I'm very embarrassed about that. That's the kind of thing I think about when I'm like laying down to go to bed at night. I was like, oh, why did I do that?
I knew what
Embarrassed
you
about
were
it.
doing personally, but
Yeah.
I saw that message sent and I was like, oh shit, it's gonna happen.
We're gonna see it.
I'm gonna see Shronky go off on a motherfucker.
I'll just kill with the crazy question.
Oh shit. Go ahead, go for it.
Okay. We don't get many league owners in this interview thing.
True.
How is it like running a league, man?
It's I enjoy it. It can sometimes be a lot. Like I've been in college the past couple of years. I've had jobs. I definitely sometimes do not keep up with it as well as I should. But for the most part, it does feel pretty rewarding. Like when you see people out there having fun and enjoying the league. Yeah, I made CPC because I wanted to play Nat decks back in 2021 or something,
Mhm.
and there weren't any like NatDex VGC leagues out there that I could find. So I just thought, oh, I'll make my own. And I was definitely not ready for it at that time. Like I was not ready to manage and run a league. But I've definitely gotten a lot better at it, and I enjoy it most of the time. There's some things that are annoying, but it's
key statement most of the time.
yeah, it's well worth it.
Yeah, it's rewarding in the end at the very least. And CPC honestly runs very, very well from everything I've seen. I've only played like one season in there, but I have enjoyed my experiences there.
Yeah.
It's
I haven't
coming.
played a thing, but I've heard very good things.
Okay, that's good to hear. We've certainly gotten better over the course of the past couple seasons.
For sure.
That's great.
For sure.
Joby, you got any?
Well, firstly, I just have a comment I want to extend to you as well. Thank you for being a league owner within the community at large, because, like you said, it is a thankless job, and more recognition could be given in many different ways. And I don't think I've seen much given to you at all. So, like you thanked me, thank you very much for hosting a season, for putting on a show for everybody, and most importantly, dealing with the challenges that come with that.
Yes, thank you, Toxic. And I already said thank you to both of you, but it is really much appreciated. I'm very happy that I can come out here and play and have fun.
For sure.
Sick.
Toxic, do you have another question? I'm thinking of one.
I'm all out of steam, man. I've been on fire today. I feel good.
Lock in one more time for me. Give me one more.
One more?
Give me one more, Toxic. Lock in for me.
Okay. Oh, I asked this last time. You in CPC you run like NACDEX stuff, don't you?
Yeah, that's
yes.
the main format.
So you've played almost every format, like known to man, with all the different items they had each format. Which one was your favorite one to play?
Which format?
Yeah, like what?
Okay.
Or I should say, like what mechanic? Or I'm gonna just stick to format. What format
Mechanic,
was your
gimmick, format. Yeah,
Yeah.
what stood out the most?
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion. I did really enjoy Dynamax, so I really liked Sword and Shield. Megas are obviously really cool, but that's a freezing cold take. So
Well, you know.
But yeah, those I would say Megas and Dynamax stand out. There isn't really like a particular format that I can think of that I've had more fun in. I don't play a lot of like regular VGC, so I don't keep up with the format changes a lot. But yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed most of Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Did not like Terra at all. It was
Really?
annoying. Yeah.
All right.
It felt like a fever dream. Like, why am I thinking twice about clicking close combat on Incineroar?
Low key.
I get it, honestly. I'm higher
It like
on...
completely changed the way I think about the game.
It's actually crazy because I feel like I talked to so many people who were really, really good in Gen 9, and then they come and talk to me and they're like, I fucking hated Terra. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you used it so well.
Mm-hmm. In some ways, like, it made prep easier because it'd be like, oh, I don't have an answer to this. I'll just, like for example, like the Terra Fire Chimecho. I didn't have anything, like, for your team. For, like, Mamoswine specifically.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like, so we ran Terra Fire Chimecho and it worked out. But it's just also difficult because, yeah, I'm sorry to bring back the painful memories.
I'm thinking about it again.
Again, the reason why why a lot of the draft players don't like Terra, because Terra as a mechanic wasn't made for draft in my mind.
Yeah,
like they didn't create Terra, and they weren't like, oh, people can tailor this specific thing for specific teams and basically make something impossible to kill. Like realistically speaking, Iron Hands, Iron Hands.
Yeah, I can see, because it's definitely more of a VGC healthy format. I can see how it could be disruptive in draft. A la Terra Fire Chimecho. Thank you so much for reminding me, bringing that painful memory.
I had to bring it up at least once in the interview.
No, fair enough.
But yeah, maybe that's part of why I didn't like Terra, is because like I said, do not play a lot of regular VGC, especially Scarlet and Violet and Champions. I've not played a lot, so
especially if
maybe
you're
that's
playing
a
a
difference.
closed Terra, man. Oh
yeah. Most of what
My
I played
heart.
was Open Terra, fortunately.
Yeah. Close
Open
was
Terra
bad.
was, yeah. Open Terra was kind of funny though, because you could like bring a mon you didn't plan to Terra. Like there were a couple times I brought Terra Rock Deoxys, so people think I was Meteor Beam when I was a different type.
Wait, that's
So
Oh
sick.
shit.
you could do funny things like that. But yeah, overall did not like Terra.
I get you. I get you. Well, honestly, I really don't have any more questions. We kind of got through them. But Shronky, I want to give you an opportunity here. You have the floor. Your adoring fans are watching, namely probably Gentle and Thunderball, if I had to guess. They
You're
want.
saying I don't have more fans?
No, that's not what I'm saying
No, that's
at
not
all.
what-
I'm kidding.
No.
Toby.
Oh God, I'm gonna look like an ass. Anyway, your adoring fans at home, your people watching this interview, what would you want to tell them? You have the floor to say whatever it is you want to anybody who is watching. Go right ahead. What would you want to tell them?
Well, to the millions of the members of Shronk Nation, thank you for supporting me. I especially, I know you mentioned Gentle and T-Ball, but I do want to give them a special shout out. T-Ball, I've been playing draft with since like 2020. T-Ball is one of the first people that I met, so we've kind of been playing together for a while, and it's I'm struggling to think of words, but it's been great to have him as a friend. And then Gentle I met a little bit later, but especially the season of ADL that I won, I definitely want to give him a lot of credit for that, because I was really struggling to start out that season. I went to him and asked for help with prep, and he definitely changed the way that I think about prep, and that has helped me a lot recently. I haven't prepped with him as much this season, but he's always available. Like if I say, hey, can you help me out with this matchup, even if it's like 20 minutes before I'm supposed to play, yes, that has happened before, he'll be right there to help me out.
That's awesome. It's always nice to have somebody in your corner like that, for sure. And I am honestly glad to hear that you have a support system like that, especially somebody like T-Ball who you've been learning and growing with all this time. It really, really helps to have somebody like that.
I'm glad you phrased it like that, because that's kind of what I was searching for. Like, it's been a lot of fun to learn and grow with T-Ball. I think sometimes we're kind of the same player. Like, he brought it up in his interview. We're both really inconsistent. I think both of us, our strength is our prep rather than our play. But yeah, it's been cool to have somebody who's like been at a similar skill level and that I've been able to grow with.
Yeah, and part of being so similar comes with just the amount of time that you spend together prepping and playing and mocking and all that. And you start to mimic each other, and to a point that you don't even really know what came from you, what came from the other person. I get that all the time. I would say honestly, Toxic is the person for me who I had the most learning and growing with. So I definitely get it having that person.
Yeah, that was like me when I like first started playing. I think it was Matt who actually taught me a lot. Actually,
Matt humbled you. That's for sure. I know that much at least. He beat the ego out of you, and thank God he did, because I can't imagine you with an ego. I really can't.
My ego is dead. It's gone and dead. Bro.
Toxic's ego death aside, I think that's all we've got for today. Shronky, thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate you coming and answering our questions. It means a lot that you and all the other coaches are so willing to just jump on and have a conversation, and we can get a little bit of insight into your head and how you're feeling about things. It's really awesome to be able to do this. I am very, very grateful for it. So just thank you very much for coming on.
Yes. I know I've kind of repeated myself a lot, but thank you so much for all the extra work you put into the league, both of you. And
all in a day's work.
Yeah, it's honest work. It ain't much. It's no big deal. All right. Well, thank you all for watching at home. This has been Shronkeykong's ADL All-Star Coach interview. Stay strong, Shrunk Nation, as he says. And we will see you in the next one. Peace.
Later.